if you are 1 to 2 year experience, companies like Flipkart mainly focuses on your problem solving skills. So having in-depth knowledge of data structures and algorithm is the key for cracking these kind of interviews.
Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Engineering Aajkal. If you're wondering what is with this video calling situation, well, we are living in the COVID-19 lockdown. So this is kind of a norm. But don't worry, our content is still rich and still relevant. Today with us, we have Arun Nenwal. He is an NIT Shilchar alum. His first job was in HSBC and currently he's a software development engineer at Flipkart. So I'll start, Arun, with the first question. Why engineering?
So I choose engineering simply because for my love for mathematics. So I wanted to learn more and wanted to work somewhere where I can apply this.
Then you got into NIT. So what was the whole journey and the college experience like? What did you learn?
The learning which I must take away are I got to know the value of money, because surviving for a fixed amount of money during the college time, the value of education, the most important, memorable, how effective the one night study can be, and learning that when life gives you opportunity, you have to work hard for it. Like for placements happens in our college, right? So from that I learned that, and most important thing is friendship. There are actually people who will stand by you throughout, being your partner in crimes, bunking classes, and crossing the rough phase of your life.
So when you were talking about placements, you were in the part of the placement cell of your college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about that experience.
In our college, for every branch, they elect the training and placement coordinators among the entire batch. So what happened, election used to happen, right? So student used to choose their own training and placement coordinator. So I was not standing for the election, but my batchmates chose me as a training and placement coordinator. So it was a great opportunity, and as well as responsibility as well. So the responsibility was huge actually, and we do have to work after the placements for the entire batch of around more than 100 students. So we have to take care of the entire placements end to end, including which includes receiving the interviewing panel from the airport, looking for their stay. I got to know means how to interact with the people who are actually working in the industry. So it was amazing.
How important it is for like engineers like you to be part of these committees?
It's really important to be the part of this committees like the training and placement coordinator, because you get to know uh, what goes on, means how the process goes on. You learn the management skills as well. You interact with the companies, HRs and interviewers most of the time, so you got to know that what are they up to.
So you did your summer internship at IIT Bombay Heritage. What did you work there?
I worked on the project where we design a utility board, which is simply an interactive board for learning mathematics. So today, nowadays, we can see online streaming platforms like YouTube, Coursera, right? So these are not interactive. Only you can learn through by playing the pause and play button. So we designed a tool where a student can learn by interactively. Suppose a student is learning Pythagoras theorem, so he can change the sides of the triangle and see what is happening. So basically it was an interactive board. During that internship also I got to learn a lot, because students in that internship were from all around the college, good colleges from all around the India, and also some of the students were from foreign colleges. So talking about getting the internship, IIT Bombay have a program called Ekalavya internship. So under that they conduct any coding test every year, so to select the students. So I have gone through that coding test, I cleared that, then I got that internship.
You were in NIT Shilchar, right? So it's an aspirational college, and a lot of people want to go to such colleges, but they don't have that opportunity, and they have to settle for colleges that are not that great. But then how they find like jobs like you did, like you were in HSBC and then now you're in Flipkart? How do they do that? Like, what is the secret recipe?
Yes, college does matters in some of the companies for getting your profile shortlisted. After that, only your skill set matters. So I must say that what matters more than college is your skills. for cracking any interviews regarding the internship or for any companies. So no matter in which college you are in, if you are having the skills which are required by any big companies for their interviews, then you will definitely get it. One should analyze and see what is being asked nowadays. People can refer to interview experience in various sites like Geeks for Geeks, so that they have clear idea what is actually required out there and should then prepare accordingly.
HSBC, so it was your first job. Was
Yeah.
it through college placement or you found it yourself?
Yeah, HSBC, it was through the college placements only.
What was the whole interview process like?
I will talk about in the hierarchy in which the rounds happened.
Yeah.
So at first, the general aptitude round happens, which requires mainly basic maths and English. After that, coding round happens. So in that coding round, you require good problem solving skills using any of the programming language. Talking about the face-to-face interviews, that include problem solving skills as well as the subject knowledge which we learned during our engineering, right? So it includes like data structure, databases, and networks.
After HSBC, you shifted to Flipkart. So
Yeah,
why did you shift?
because in HSBC I was mostly working on the front end part, was not aware of the entire web system that is including front end and back end. So now here in Flipkart I switch, and I currently am working mostly in the back end. So I am covering all the aspects of the web development basically.
So how did you get to know about this job offering like that Flipkart had, and what was the whole interview process like?
I got a referral from a friend of mine who's already working in Flipkart. So about the preparation, as I am aware of what kind of rounds Flipkart conduct, so I prepared accordingly. So I have already talked to my friend who is already working in Flipkart. So I talked to him and got to know that what is the interview process is about. And talking about the skills, if you are 1 to 2 year experience, companies like Flipkart mainly focuses on your problem solving skills. So having in-depth knowledge of data structures and algorithm is the key for cracking these kind of interviews.
So what are the three major skills that are required to land a job like this?
Nowadays it's a trend. Most of the companies on their most of the few rounds, first rounds, they will ask you data structure and algorithm because to test your problem solving skills only. So basically this was that only, and after that they also focus some of your designing areas, means how good you are at designing, are you coming up with different solutions or not. So basically you have to focus on these areas.
In these two companies, how different was the work culture?
Work culture is definitely differ in both of the companies. So in HSBC we have to work for certain fixed hours, right? In Flipkart it is not the case. Working hours are flexible, you can work anytime. Basically you do have to complete your task for the entire time in which you are given. So yeah, it definitely matters a lot. Apart from this tech life, we also have our general life, right? So it's really important to have a good work culture in a company.
As a software development engineer, as a role, what are the common challenges anyone will face in this kind of a role?
If you are given a particular problem, then while solving that particular problem, we get deviated from the end product, what was actually required. And also one more thing I want to add is keeping up with the technology. As we know that every day a new framework, tool, libraries are arriving in the market. So to keep myself updated when and where which tech can be used to simplify the solution which you are working on, to having a better solution, we need to get updated with the technologies which are coming to the market. And talking about other things, we can say that time estimation to complete a particular job. So every job has a different phases, as I already told you that it will have solutioning, then code changes, then testing, everything. So it takes time. So estimating the time uphand before solving the problem is also necessary. And sometimes we do face problems while working on some other code, right? As people got changing in the organization, so someone has already worked on this particular code and I have to work on it again, then it will definitely take some time for me to understand that code.
Any advice that you want to give to engineers today?
To the engineers who are graduating right now, I must say that who are basically right now in college, I must say that you must enjoy your time to the best. It's the time where you create many memories. Apart from enjoying, you must find one thing which you are good at and keep on working on it.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure whatever you have said, our viewers would really enjoy this and they'll learn from it.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.